You are on India Today podcasts and you are in the sledging room. Why are you wearing black?
Mark of disappointment and protest.
No, I mean, seriously, this is, I would generally find a lighter tone to start the sledging room.
Yeah.
But what just happened? I mean, we are here a day after
Yeah.
that day. I mean, the WTC final, all the build-up, all the hype. You prepared by playing the IPL, obviously. Then you're promoting football teams. You're doing your own promotions. You're obviously so good that you don't need to play a practice match before the final of the Test Championship against Australia, against the likes of Pat Cummins, Mitchell Starc, Scotty Boland. And by the way, these bowlers were not even at their peak. Pat Cummins and Mitchell Starc, they looked rusty. Scott Boland was good, but obviously, these guys hadn't played top-level cricket for quite a while. It's exasperating. But we'll just tune our listeners in and our viewers.
Yeah.
A couple of other developments have happened. What has happened? India have been docked their entire match fee for the final of the World Test Championship. I mean, somebody told me they didn't deserve any match fee at all. Not somebody, it was just me telling myself. Australia have been docked 80% of the match fee.
Yeah.
Shubman Gill has been fined a 15% match fee as well. And he's facing other sanctions from the ICC after he expressed his complete bemusement at that controversial Cameron Green catch. We'll talk all about that on the sledging room. But straight up, Saurabh, yaar hua kya? I mean, there was a collapse. On Saturday, when, everybody went home, went to bed, thinking, all right, 280 runs, 7 wickets in hand. India, maybe, thinking of Brisbane in 2021. 7 for 70 within 2 hours.
See, I don't have words to express my disappointment, especially after what happened on the last day. I mean, 7 wickets were left. When you started the innings, we were hoping for a draw at least, if not the win. And what happens in the next 1.5 hours? 7 straight wickets lost. Virat Kohli poking a delivery outside his off stump, way outside his off stump. And Steve Smith, he's not going to miss those catches. Ajinkya Rahane, I don't know what was going on in their mind. Like Sunil Gavaskar said, were they playing for those 50s? It was playing up in their mind.
Yeah.
They were not looking to win this game. They were not looking to chase down this target. How can you do that? You're playing a final of a World Test Championship. Second straight time you were there. You were 280 runs away from a win. You could have drawn the game had you played out the whole day. But no. You actually commit harakiri. You gave your wickets. You play absolutely useless shots. What was happening? Did Indian team play like they used to play earlier?
No, Rohit Sharma, Shubman Gill, Cheteshwar Pujara, who's by the way played so much cricket in England. Shubman Gill, orange cap winner in the IPL.
Yeah.
Rohit Sharma, obviously disappointed in the IPL as well as the Test Championship final. Virat Kohli, what did he say?
Staying true to his
What
game
did he
in the
say
IPL.
after that first 100 in the IPL, right?
Staying true to
I
my
want
game.
to stay true to my techniques. That's why I don't want to play certain shots. I mean, ridiculous shot selection, yaar, in on the second day. How many people cricketers have actually come out and slammed Virat Kohli? Sunil Gavaskar on air for the host broadcasters, he was livid. What did he say? He said, go and ask Virat Kohli, what sort of shot was that? What kind of shot did he play? Rohit Sharma has, everybody talks about how relaxed he is, how sage-like he is. It looks like these guys don't care.
Raj,
What was Pujara doing in England?
We are all talking about day 5, waking up with hope. As in, all of us did, I did. But the match was lost well before that, right?
Yeah, of course
you
it was.
did. Chasing a record target of 444, even if a certain Rishabh Pant or a Shreyas Iyer, even if they had a full-strength team, that was going to be always a stiff task. And when you were 92 for 3 and you started the day at 164 for 3, you had hopes, but for how long? Did we really expect them to win? Not a lot of us. Everyone had that expectation.
Yeah, we were hoping
but
against
we
hope.
knew, we were hoping against hope. But the test match was lost way before that.
The funny thing is, the captain and coach tilted the blame towards the bowlers.
Yes.
The bowlers let us down. We shouldn't have conceded 469 on a pitch like this. If Australia could get to 469, by the way, your bowlers also helped you bounce back.
Yeah.
Right? Okay. First start, you sprayed it all around. Too many bizarre short ball tactics. But he still got the early wicket of Usman Khawaja. Right? One of the most successful batters in this cycle of the World Test Championship. You put Warner and Labuschagne under pressure.
Yeah.
Before that, partnership. Heady partnership between Head and Smith. Your bowlers helped you come back.
You had them at
What did
62
your top
for
order
3.
do?
You had them
Exactly.
at 62 for 3 on day 1. And from there on, you let Head and Smith
No,
dominate.
but they also came back. I mean, look, throughout the last 4 years, where you've reached those two World Test Championship finals, your bowlers have been your heroes.
Yes.
Right? What have your batters done? You're talking about how a 444 looked like an impossible target already.
Yeah.
The game was lost in India's first innings.
Exactly.
Rohit Sharma, clueless. Shubman Gill, clueless. Virat Kohli, always clueless. I mean, in Test cricket against these, on any difficult pitch,
How often does he give you that, the sense of solidity that he gave you?
he
in the
does
past?
not.
He does not give.
When you watch him bat, are you always nervous? At least I am always nervous.
We all are nervous.
The Virat Kohli of the past would give you that sense of solidity. But on day 5 morning, he was hitting those balls in the middle. He was not playing away from his body. But that shot,
Only to poke.
that looked like a well thought out plan from Australia, Raj. They have gotten Virat Kohli out like that in the past. And you fall prey to that. And especially after saying that I wouldn't play fancy shots, I want to stay true to my technique. And before the World Test Championship final, to the host broadcasters, he said, Australia always fire me up.
Yeah.
So they fire you up to play that poke outside off stump.
The problem with Virat Kohli throughout the last couple of years has been his tendency to hit back, right, at fans. The fans
And critics.
keep the game alive. And critics. You cannot take criticism. You cannot take objective criticism.
Outside noise.
Outside noise. I mean, look at this. Virat Kohli criticized. There's a cryptic Instagram story. Virat Kohli's technique questioned. There is a cryptic Instagram story. There's this footage which went viral for our viewers and for our listeners. Shortly after Virat Kohli got out, he's out by the dressing room having a meal, which is fine. I don't think the trolling happened because of his meal. Obviously, I mean, even if you're having a bad day in the office, nobody will go and grudge you for having lunch, which is fine. The problem is
The body language.
the body language. Shubman Gill standing, Ishan Kishan standing, having a nice laugh. Vikram Rathore, the batting coach. I mean, do you guys even care? I'm sure you do, but shouldn't it look like you do? And if you do, if you care enough, is this ridiculous result acceptable to you?
Now, I'm just asking, listening to Captain Rohit Sharma's press conference yesterday, on the hindsight, a lot of things are being said, like we would ideally wanted to have more preparation time. We would have ideally wanted to have more time between the IPL and all that. But boss, you had the control. You had the honest to take the decision, right? That is exactly what former head coach Ravi Shastri said. I don't think you can take that break from the IPL, but if you want, you can do it.
No, but fine, you can't take let's be practical. We know that you should have probably.
Yeah.
Will any of these players go and tell their franchisees, go and tell the board, look, we want to take a break?
Yeah.
Right? The IPL shouldn't become a soft target again.
Yeah.
The IPL is doing its job.
Yeah.
It's giving you a platform to nurture good cricketers, good T20 and good ODI cricketers. The Indian team management has been able to exploit that. That's different.
Absolutely fine.
Right?
On the eve, 2 weeks
You
before
play the IPL, then don't go to the Test Championship final. No? Don't play the Test Championship final.
2 weeks before the World Test Championship final, the IPL, 10 teams now, around 120 players play the IPL. If 11 of them don't play, the last 2 matches, it's not going to matter much, right?
No, it might.
And I have one more question. Were the Indian team only playing IPL? Australian players were also there playing IPL. Warner was there playing for Delhi Capitals.
But Mitchell Starc also didn't play.
Yeah. See, that depends on yourself. You have to take a call how your body is going to react. Mitchell Starc has clearly said it time and again that he is not going to risk his body.
Yeah.
He does not play IPL, BBL or any T20 league across the world because he is focused on playing Test cricket. You have to take your call. It's your body. You know how to nurture it, how to keep it proper for Test cricket, for national cricket team.
Yeah.
David Warner played the entire IPL. I think 14 matches he played.
Yes.
And he came out. He was not looking bad. He did score runs. Yes, he was troubled by the bowlers. But
Steven Smith didn't play the IPL.
Because he did not get any contract.
My problem is not IPL versus WTC.
Yeah.
It cannot be. I keep saying this. I've said this repeatedly on this show. I'm very proud of the IPL. I think the IPL is the best T20 league in the world. I think it's better than the T20 World Cup in terms of its competitive spirit. My problem is with the attitude of these cricketers.
On the hindsight, don't come and say that we would have wanted a longer break.
Yes.
You had the opportunity to take a break if you know.
No, that is all rubbish. But Akshay, sorry, the simple example, okay? And this is a real life example. RCB lost their final match to the Gujarat Titans after 100 from Virat Kohli.
Yes.
Shubman Gill chased it down for GT, right? Do you remember Virat Kohli's expression while he was sitting in the dressing room?
Yes.
He was aghast as RCB's campaign came to an end.
It looked like the world was over.
The end of the world for him.
Yes.
Right? Go to the Oval. You're chill. Your top order collapse. Another top order collapse in the first innings. You're completely chill.
Maybe the body language shouldn't send out a negative message.
No,
He
but
was
is this...
preparing himself
No,
for
no.
the second
Now
innings.
the body language is out. Now it is up to us for interpretation, no?
Yeah.
So, rightly, when fans questioned their commitment, do they care enough? Then you can't be all, senti on an
Then
Instagram story.
Yeah, he will go to Instagram, he'll post a story. It's done for
You're
him.
a public figure, boss. We are not public figures. Cricketers are.
And at 36, I've not seen other,
Virat is not
iconic
26
figures.
yet.
Other iconic figures in sports do all this, right?
Sachin Tendulkar.
Yeah.
Tendulkar after a series defeat, I've heard this from highly placed sources.
Yeah.
Tendulkar after a defeat, players wouldn't want to go near him even if he did well. Kumble, they would be so distraught, so angry with themselves, with whatever happened, circumstance. They'd be so sad. It meant something. The question is, this is why people are worried. This is why some fans are fuming. Do these guys care enough? You're talking about the batting order failure. Which batter stood out? You had Rohit, flop. Shubman, flop. Virat, big flop. Rahane making a comeback. This guy wouldn't have made a comeback had it not been for an injury to Shreyas Iyer or KL Rahul.
So you can't take credit for what Rahane did.
No, you can't. Full credit to Rahane.
Yes,
Exactly.
Yes.
But had it not been for Rahane, a lot of people were talking about how Rishabh Pant was missed. Boss, Rishabh Pant with this attitude from the team management, with the body language is so slack, the shoulders are drooping already. Remember what happened in Brisbane? There was like commitment, there was fire. This team management, this captain, do you think Rishabh Pant would have fired equally?
I don't think so. And one more question to both of you. So we won in Brisbane.
Yeah.
We all know what happened in Gaba.
Yeah.
We did not have a Virat Kohli back then. A young team fighting it out. Every player was out to win the game.
Yeah.
What does it send?
Then how many of those guys have gotten consistent chances?
Exactly. So these talented young players who have performed for you in overseas tough conditions, helped you win record matches, they do not get chances until some senior player does not want to play, he wants to take a break or he's injured. Unless they're not getting any chances.
The problem is...
You know what, Raj? For all that defending of Virat Kohli that we have been doing on this podcast over the last
You have
You have been defending him. Nobody else has been defending him.
No, he averages 28 away from home in this recently concluded WTC cycle, out of which 250 plus scores. What does it tell you? As in, what are the other big guys doing? Steve Smith, Joe Root, Kane Williamson. They step up when it matters the most. Steve Smith, 121. That knock, Travis said, I agree that he took the game on, but 3 wickets in the just after the first session, and you could have run through Australia if Steve Smith hadn't played that innings. And he was no nonsense knock. He didn't play of the flamboyant knock. He had Travis Head going big, but he still played. He still knew. That was staying true to your technique.
The problem is your superstar culture.
Exactly.
Pujara was dropped. I've said this repeatedly. For strike rate in Test cricket.
Yeah.
This is true. He was dropped because of his strike rate concerns in Test cricket. Rahane was dropped, right?
Yeah.
After he scored that 100 at the MCG.
Yeah.
After he and Ravi Shastri and Bharat Arun pioneered that iconic series win in 2021.
Yeah.
Rahane dropped a year later.
Yes.
Rohit Sharma took a lot of time to cement his place in the Test team.
It's
right?
been just a 4-year on the second wing for him. Yeah.
Virat Kohli wasn't dropped. You gave him one opportunity after another, one opportunity. Had it been Steve Smith in place of Virat Kohli, I can assure you they would have started patting on his shoulders.
Yes.
Think about your future.
Absolutely.
Virat Kohli goes and scores 186 on a flat pitch. Then we suddenly clapping, cheering, and see, and this is what it does. Virat Kohli scores hundreds in the IPL. He'll come out and say, you know what, I don't listen to my critics, I outside noise.
And the man himself.
When it mattered.
Yeah.
And this is not the first time.
Yeah.
Yes.
2014, okay, fine, he played a good innings. Yuvraj struggled at the other end. I mean, Yuvraj, you cannot fault him because of his heroics in 2007 and 2011. It can happen. Ever since, what has he done? 2015 World Cup semi-final. 2017 Champions Trophy final. 2019 World Cup semi-final. 2021 WTC final. Tell me which of these innings was earmarked by Virat Kohli, where he stamped his authority.
49 in 20.
And it's enough in a 444 run chase. Clearly.
I was shocked to see an Instagram story from Virat Kohli after scoring 44 runs on day 4.
Yeah.
What was wrong? What is wrong with Rahul Dravid?
Yeah.
When he was asked by Saurav Ganguly, your top order is not performing. Look, you know what is happening. The top order from every other country, you see that they are not performing. What nonsense
But
are
why
you?
can't you point out the standout player in each and every team?
What nonsense are you talking about? None of your players
Saurabh,
scored.
sorry, before you continue, why don't you tell us the top 3 or 4 run scorers? You were just checking those numbers.
Yes. So Joe Root has scored the most runs. He has scored around 1800 runs.
In
Then-
the 2021-23 World
Yes. Then you have Usman Khwaja,
Yeah.
who did not perform well in the WTC final. Thankful
Yes.
that your bowlers picked his wicket early. And then you have Manas Labuschagne. Then you have Johnny Bairstow. All these players have scored over 1200 runs in this WTC cycle.
And where do they bat? Number 7, number 8.
They are top order batsmen.
They're clearly not top order batters. No, they're not.
And-
Because Rahul
and-
Dravid has said top order batters everywhere.
And if you look at
Are struggling.
Indian batters' performance in WTC cycle, this cycle, none of these batters have scored over 1000 runs. Absolute mockery of this.
You know, the reason your top order has poor numbers is because you have chosen to create these pitches at home.
Yeah.
Yes.
When there is criticism over pitches, you don't want to accept it. When your batters' numbers are being questioned, then you target pitches.
And
Who
now-
has
and now-
sanctioned these pitches?
You
The
know,
team management.
You know, Ravi Shastri, Sunil Gavaskar, speaking to India today after that explosive Star Sports interview, said, you know, he was still fuming. You know, I have seen this energy in the sledging room. I have seen both of you visibly disappointed and frustrated, and I can understand how much visibly disappointed and frustrated as Sunil Gavaskar would have felt. Right? He has played the game. He has won.
And what did he say when he was?
Stop giving excuses.
Yes.
Be brutally honest.
That
And
is-
he was fuming at one of the statements made by Rohit Sharma that why should the WTC final always be played in India?
Exactly. I was coming to that. Rohit Sharma. First of all, is he good enough as captain? Just point blank.
Not in Test cricket.
I don't think it's good enough in
His body language
any
is like-
format. In any
where
format.
where does his body language go?
Sorry.
Yeah.
You know, you're abusing your players.
Yeah.
You are, that's what stump mics all pick
Yeah.
up. I'm sure, you know, it happens on sporting fields. The way you talk to your bowlers, you're always dejected. Oh,
And
what is this?
two boundaries on the first day of the morning, on the first session of the morning, to a batter who was batting on 92.
Yeah.
And you drop your shoulder after that?
Yeah.
Absolutely.
You know,
Mohammad Siraj to
that
Steven
standout
Smith.
moment for me was when Virat Kohli tried to pep the
Yes.
team up.
Exactly.
Siraj and Shami bowled a brilliant spell. I think Umesh,
And
it
it was
when-
Virat who was trying to get the crowd up. on-
Yeah.
And he was the guy giving pep talks. What is Rohit Sharma is the captain? What the hell is he doing?
And you're talking about what, a 3-match World Test Championship final.
Final. Yes.
Yeah. What did Gavaskar say?
So he said, better play it in India.
Yeah.
He had
Yes.
a very sarcastic tone while saying that. Play it in India. You guys are capable of getting the test match done in 2.5 days. Produce pitches that enable you to do
That
that.
is- that
And
is what-
Harbhajan Singh was there on the show on India Today. And he started laughing because everyone knew that was a sarcastic tone. And clearly, the players who have played it all, the players who have won world titles in the past, are completely disappointed with this team and the excuses that they are making after the final.
They should be. You know, Saurabh, I'll just come to you before I bring out another couple of facts. This whole statement about 3-match final started before the final. I mean, we were discussing among
Yes.
ourselves.
Yes.
That, is this already an excuse?
Yes.
That you know that you're going to lose?
Yes.
Virat Kohli said that.
Yeah.
You didn't hear it from the Australians. Okay. Did Djokovic have to play a best of 3 finals? Now you'll argue and say, oh, but they always have 5 sets.
Yeah. You guys
So you also have 50 overs in a
5
one-day
days are
game.
there.
You have 50 overs in a one-day game. You have 5 days in a
15
in
sessions,
a test
5
match.
days, 90
But
overs
you
per
can't
day.
even last 5 days.
After playing a high-profile T20 series, You're asking for a 3-week. Where is that schedule in cricket? Where is the space in the cricket calendar to
No,
accommodate
see,
that?
this is the problem. We'll come to the coach. This is the problem with the captain also. You're not leading from the front. Okay, you've scored 100 here and there. You scored that 100 against Australia. But you're not leading from the front. Your body language is disgusting to watch.
Yeah.
Your field placements are often criticized on air. You have now started saying, once you've lost the match, you've said, you want a 3-match final series.
And why should it be only played in June?
Yeah.
Only played in England?
I mean,
why can't it be
what kind
played
of
in February?
excuse? What kind of
you
excuse
knew
is
this like 1 year ago, and the ICC, whether you like it or not, have scheduled the next World Test Championship final also in England.
Yeah. Tell me this. Okay, India qualified for the inaugural edition of the WTC final. Who all did they beat? They beat Australia.
Yes.
Right? That was part of the cycle. Then they came home and beat England.
Yeah.
And they had some close run-ins in other parts of the world.
Yes.
In the current cycle, what did you do? You went to South Africa.
Yeah.
You lost.
You lost.
Right? There was this rescheduled test match in England.
Lost
You
also.
lost. That England test series, that was also part of this current cycle, the one that got rescheduled. You drew 2-2 technically, but you were on fire in 2021. After Dravid came, you lost those 2 test matches in South Africa. You lost one in Birmingham.
Yes.
You almost lost a test match to Bangladesh.
Yes.
Right? You had to save it by the skin of your teeth. You lost a test match to Australia at home also. And you got through only because New Zealand couldn't, Sri Lanka couldn't beat
New
New
Zealand.
This is your journey to the World Test Championship.
And,
final.
and by the way,
tell me something.
By the way, Rohit Sharma was proud of his journey.
Yeah, exactly.
He's proud of his journey.
Tell me something. If you are on a 4-man race and you finish second there, should you be proud about it?
No,
Yeah.
your captain is.
Your captain is feeling that
How
he
many
defeated
of those test teams that are playing currently are truly capable of reaching the final? England a couple of years ago weren't. Let me be honest. England a couple of years ago weren't.
This cycle, it could have been England later, much later.
Much
Yes,
later.
yes.
England, Australia, India, and to an extent New Zealand.
You're not even playing every team in a current
Yes.
cycle.
Yeah.
You're not even playing every team. Did you play the West Indies? No. You played England all right.
Yeah.
India,
You
Pakistan
played
don't
New
play
Zealand
anyway.
at home.
You didn't even play New Zealand away.
No, you played New Zealand at home. You played Sri Lanka at home.
Yeah. You didn't play Sri Lanka away. You didn't play New Zealand away. If that happens in a cycle, will you be able to get through to the finals? Can you beat New Zealand and New Zealand?
Yeah.
Can this team with this attitude ever beat Australia and Australia? England and England?
Australia and Australia. Let me go back and watch all those replay highlights videos. I don't want to watch another series.
Horrible top order failure.
Yeah.
Your captaincy is abysmal. Your captain's making bizarre excuses. He wants 3-match finals. You would have lost those 3 matches as well. If this attitude and this skill set, you would have lost the first of 2 finals and you wouldn't have had to play the 3rd final. Then what? Best of 5.
Absolutely. You dropped your shoulders after your bowler were getting hit for boundaries.
Yeah.
What is the guarantee that you would have gone and won the second test? After
What's
losing?
wrong with your bowlers also?
Bowlers did not do anything wrong. If you
Tell me
ask-
something.
Yeah.
Tell me something. Why do you have to carry undercooked bowlers?
Who do you carry?
Someone like Umesh Yadav was injured for most part of the IPL, and you bank on him to give
Oh, it seems like someone like Jaydev Unadkat had a great
Exactly,
Ranji
that's
record.
what
Oh
I'm
yeah, he
saying.
did. but it came to nothing.
that
It
is
came to
not-
nothing.
Yeah.
Bhuvneshwar Kumar was pinned for conditions in England, right?
Yeah.
He's vacationing somewhere.
Exactly.
You had Ashwin.
Yes.
He was not picked.
Yeah.
And you have an
He-
all-rounder who
by
says,
the-
I don't want to play the format.
Yes. By the way, Ashwin is number 1 ranked test bowler.
Exactly.
And he has been on top of Australia every time he has played home or away series.
I am sure that he would have scored at least 30-40 runs here and there. Scored better than our top order, outshone our top order. At least we would have had stuff to discuss then. Our lower order fights again.
You know
But
what? I think not just Ashwin.
Yeah.
I think they should have played Jadeja, Ashwin, Aksar and Shardul together.
Yes.
At least we would have probably
Or
lost by
flip
150.
the batting order then.
Yeah. Not flip the batting order. I mean, Australia would have been confused anyway.
Yeah. Where,
the
how
lower
do we
order-
plan?
India's
Yeah.
top order comes to bat after number 4.
Yeah.
Should we already think about the second new ball?
That's why it outfoxes people, these visiting teams when they come to India. Suddenly they, go run through the top order and then, oh my goodness, Jadeja. Oh my goodness, Akshar Patel. Oh my goodness, this is R. Ashwin. There's like 15 test match, 100 between them. Oh, then there's Shardul Thakur in an overseas test match. Mohammad
We have been
Shami.
scammed.
But yeah, Raj, okay, enough of, I've always asked you, right from the time I joined, is embarrassing too strong a word to use in sports?
This is embarrassing. I have always maintained that humiliation and embarrassment should not you should not find places in sports. But this was embarrassing because you went there as the top cricket
the defeat.
test team in the world.
Yeah.
You left out the world's number one fast bowler. Can Australia leave if Pat Cummins weren't captain? Would Australia leave Pat Cummins out in India
Maybe for workload condition, maybe for workload management.
in a final?
No.
If India were playing,
Maybe-
if you're playing a test final, test championship final in India, if Pat Cummins weren't captain, tell me, would Australia drop Pat Cummins?
Not if. Not
Would
if,
they have dropped Josh Hazelwood?
Not if he was performing. Ashwin was performing for us. So if somebody is in
performance.
form, he is your top ranked bowler.
Who picked up the most wickets for India in the WTC 21-23 cycle?
Umesh Yadav.
Certain are.
Ashwin.
No, I
Yes, I
could
know,
be,
I
could
know.
be, could be. You know.
Yeah.
But by the way, who was your
Tell me something. The defeat was not.
who were your
very-
best batters in the Test Championship?
Virat. No, I'm just joking.
No, I mean most runs
I think-
technically, yeah.
I think
it was
Steven
Ravi-
Smith.
I think
Steven
No,
Smith.
India's.
Oh,
India's.
India.
I think Ravindra Jadeja.
Jadeja and Akshar
Yeah,
Patel.
Jadeja and Akshar Patel. They were the best batters. You look at the stats. You look at the way they fought for you. Every now and then.
It is.
So
Gosh.
do we need to overhaul this Indian test team?
How? Who'll go?
And who will come in? Tell me. How many of
That's
you,
what I'm
how many
asking
of them
you
have you
both.
No,
groomed?
okay, fine. Good question. I'll tell you what. Ajinkya Rahane was dropped. He wouldn't have made a comeback had Messrs. Iyer and KL Rahul been fit.
Yeah.
All right. Hanuma Vihari
Yes.
dropped out despite super performances
what
overseas.
Wrong did he do?
Remember this guy called Karun Nair who scored a triple hundred in
Triple
Test
hundred
cricket?
against England.
Where is he? Gone.
And whatever you say about Sarfaraz Khan, whether his India A performances account or not, he has been scoring truckloads of runs in the
Doesn't
Ranji
matter.
Trophy.
It doesn't
And you're
matter.
picking Ishan Kishan and Surya Kumar Yadav ahead of
Yeah.
those people.
Yeah.
Are you really looking into the Ranji Trophy? Or are you just looking
No,
at
they're not.
IPL
They're
performances
not
and
looking.
white ball performances and getting carried away?
Yeah. I mean, KL Rahul made a comeback into the Test team, whether you like it or not, in 2018 on the basis of his IPL form.
Yes.
That's what happened.
Yeah.
Right? So it is not the fault of the IPL. It is not the fault of the BCCI. If your team management is plucking players into the Test team from the IPL, there is...
Yeah.
It's something crazy is happening.
And how can you blame IPL? So there's
No,
one
it's-
basic thing.
Yeah.
You have won 3 IC trophies after IPL started. I think 2.
2.
And you won 2 before it started. So how is IPL to blame for that?
Yeah.
Your players does not have the caliber to go and win finals. You cannot blame IPL.
This format specific.
England for I'm sorry to you. England have won T20 World Cup. Owen Morgan has come out and said, I want all my
ODI
players to play
yeah.
IPL to get
Yes.
the know-how of how to handle pressure situations.
Even the ODI World Cup that they
Yeah.
won, Morgan has really credited the IPL. It's not about the IPL. That IPL is not the problem. But when you look at selection, test selection, based on IPL performances and white ball performances, I still clearly know how many players who have done well in white ball have gotten the selection for IPL, for test cricket.
Both of you are asking very logical questions. You can't ask logical questions after defeat like this. You know why?
And when will you
Because your
have...
coach said
Yeah.
the team is not under pressure to win an ICC title.
I mean,
The team is not under pressure. So that's why you go to England, like I said at the start of the show.
Yeah.
You don't need to play a practice match. You don't need to spend do extended net sessions. You're going out, bad optics, especially when you lose like this. It is insane because you're going out promoting you're doing your promotional gigs.
Yeah.
I don't want to name cricketers, but they're doing that.
we also on social media. You don't have
But
to name them.
yeah, but practice matches.
That
you
was
don't
a
have
very,
time.
very, very good point about bad optics. When Ravi Shastri toured England in 2021-22, he also went around seeing Wimbledon and all that. But he was making the team win. He was getting the results on the field.
Exactly.
Yes.
And these optics... I
From
don't know.
the two things that you said before the test match,
Yeah.
not under pressure
Yeah.
to win an ICC title, and why not 3-match finals? As an
Now
observer,
you're
it made me
saying-
feel like, wow, were they already not confident of even putting up a fight?
Yeah.
And they didn't put up a fight. There was no fight apart from Rahane and Thakur and Jadeja in the first innings.
Yeah.
Somewhat of a fight. And the bowlers for a bit maybe on the third morning, was it? That's it. What else did they do?
should we give credit to this Australian team also? Raj?
Of
Because
course.
this Indian team, although we all agreed, we all picked India as favourite in the last sledging room.
Sorry. Disclaimer, I did that to be politically correct.
Did you even think that this Indian team could have beaten Australia on there?
No. I have told
Kind
you
of resources.
repeatedly
Yeah.
that this is what's going to happen.
Yeah. And this Scott Boland.
This is you don't even have Josh Hazelwood.
Yes.
By the way,
I was relieved when Josh Hazelwood had that injury.
And then you saw
concern
Scott
and
Boland
he was
streaming.
preparing him. And then Scott Boland comes.
this test match went into the 5th day
Yes.
because
Thanks to
Rahane came
Australia.
back.
Yeah. And also thanks to Australia holding on. Yeah.
Because their bowlers were
They
rusty.
didn't want to tire out the bowlers.
Their bowlers were rusty. Goodness, if these guys had played one test match before they had come to the final, one practice match or whatever. But imagine if you're Shreyas Iyer in these conditions. I don't think this match. I'm sorry, I don't mean to disregard any India cricketer, but they have disregarded themselves with this performance.
Yes.
It is infuriating. Teams will win, teams will lose. You can go on saying this forever. We've reached finals, we're proud of our achievement, but boss, this is not going to.
But your idea was always to promote Test cricket, Raj. I think this Indian team has done that well there.
Under Virat Kohli and Ravi Shastri.
No, this performance in the WTC final, they have done that well.
How?
You know how?
How?
They have given a proper advertisement for the Ashes. Everybody was thinking England might completely dominate Australia, but no, boss. They have said this Australian team has its mettle, and we have proved it.
So you're saying
that is a good advertisement for Ashes.
Indian team made this WTC final as a practice match for Australians ahead of Ashes.
Not, you have to give.
You should ask who got better Ashes warm up, whether England playing Ireland or Australia
Australia
playing
almost
India.
treated this like an Ashes warm up, did they? I mean, Smith.
From day one,
Runs.
they had started talking about Ashes in the press conference. All the press conferences.
Yes.
Warner will have the confidence of that first innings 43.
Yeah.
Smith obviously, didn't have a great tour of India. Scored 100. Travis Head continued to dominate. Manas Labuschagne spent some valuable time in the middle.
Yeah.
The bowlers were rusty, Pat and Mitchell. They're now back in rhythm. Scott Boland, he looks like he could do what he did after even if you woke him up at 2 a.m. So
Exactly.
I don't think that's a problem with him.
Raj, one question, one final question.
Yeah.
Do you think a couple of these guys have to go now, keeping in mind the next cycle of World Test Championship? And if yes,
The
who
top
are
order,
those
the
players?
top order needs a rehaul. You cannot have Rohit Sharma at the top, and somebody needs to tell Virat Kohli that look, enough is enough. Enough is enough, because this superstar culture. I think Matthew Hayden also pointed that out beautifully.
Yes.
We have spoken about it enough. Now the fact is, I think this is the harshest criticism this Indian team has gotten.
Yes.
I don't remember.
Yeah.
I mean, I have covered sports for nearly 2 decades. I don't remember ex-cricketers being so livid.
Yeah.
And this is what puts teams under pressure. When their ex-cricketers, when their colleagues come out all guns blazing with that kind of scathing criticism.
And Gavaskar also said that you might now go to West Indies.
Yeah.
Yes.
With no disrespect to West Indies.
Yeah.
They are a team who are struggling right now. You might go there and beat them 2-0, 3-0 or...
Sections of the media will go, again,
Yes.
they'll go hoo-ha over it.
Yeah.
Somebody scores 100, you beat the West Indies. By the way.
But at least I hope they pick a young team for that. They just...
If they are playing a test match in the West Indies, do not count out a West Indies victory, because this West Indies team, watch out for them. They're developing. They are developing. And this Indian team, by the way, the top order, then there are issues. Virat Kohli needs to go. Rohit Sharma needs to go.
Names, Raj,
I'm giving you names. I'm not shy of giving you names. Rohit Sharma needs to go. Virat Kohli needs to be put on an ultimatum. This is not going to cut ice anymore. 186, flat pitch, great. Congratulations. Add it to your average. Move on. Afghanistan 100 doesn't count. Sri Lanka 100 doesn't count. Score runs in the big matches. Otherwise, thank you, sir. Thank you for your services.
What about Cheteshwar Pujara?
Maybe till you find a reasonable number 3. Because Pujara, he disappointed in the final. But you also cannot forget what he did on the 2 back-to-back tours of Australia.
Yeah. And I also wouldn't fault his preparation.
Yeah.
He did
At
he
least
did the
he
hard
went and
yards.
tried
Horrible
to prepare
shot
for
selection, but
Exactly.
yeah, you can't fault his preparation.
Maybe
He was there.
someone is saying strike rate in his ears. Yeah?
Could be.
No.
You don't know about that.
Could be. But yeah, you've missed Bumrah, you missed Rishabh Pant, undoubtedly. But they were around in Birmingham. They were there in South Africa. Worrying
And maybe
signs.
get someone like Mukesh Kumar in the bowling attack.
Exactly.
Right?
That is what I am going to say. it's not just a top order. Even in your bowling,
Yeah.
I mean, Shami is a great bowler. No disrespect to him. What does he do? He
You
has-
also have backups for all these
Yes,
guys, right?
you need to,
All
you
the
need to
time.
groom bowlers like Mukesh
Exactly.
Kumar, Umran Malik.
Yes.
You tear away. Where is he?
Yeah.
He played in IPL. He's nowhere to be found.
Yeah.
And if you talk about top order, yes, you need to give young guys a chance. Guys like
Certain SSV Jaiswal was just there.
play him, give him a chance on West Indies tour. Give Sarfraz Khan at least give him a chance. Try him out.
Yeah.
You have been giving Kohli chances. I mean, yes, he has done a lot for us,
Yeah.
for the whole nation, for the Test cricket. He has been a great ambassador. All that done and
Let's
done.
not mince words now. Yeah, he has been failing recently.
He has been
Give
failing.
him a chance.
He has been failing like anything. Akshay Patel has a better Test average than what Virat Kohli has in last 3 years. So you need to look out for people who can come and perform if you want to win good matches, if you want to win big matches. Rohit Sharma, yes, definitely.
I'll tell you why that's not going to happen. What either of you saying is not going to happen. Because one of these guys will go to West Indies, score a big daddy 100, another
And
186, and everything will be forgotten like it has for the last so many years.
Should we
After
just
the-
cut some slack for this team? Just in another 4 months, they are going to play the World Cup.
No, you cannot cut any
No
slack.
knee-jerk
Now you
reactions
cannot
now.
cut
Maybe
any
wait till the
slack
World Cup
because
is
you,
over.
And then you get knocked out.
Listen, it's not like we are going to take a decision.
No,
we are going
I'm
to make
saying-
those decisions.
I'm saying even
but
if-
criticism will come.
Yeah,
you will
criticism
have to
will
deal
come,
with it
absolutely.
high level.
Yeah.
You know what happens to Brazilian footballers when they don't do well, when they go back home to the media, is scathing.
Yeah.
It has not happened with Indian cricket teams very often. This time, people are upset with the entire. This is what happens with your body language, with your arrogance, with your. We don't listen to outside noise. I mean, for your captain, the opinions of your immediate predecessor coach became outside noise.
Exactly.
Exactly.
So who are we, by the way? So everybody's outside noise for them. Ravi Shastri is outside noise. I mean, come on, he's more. He's more inside than you are.
Yeah.
Ravi
To
Shastri
the
has done
testing.
everything.
Yes.
Terrific cricketer, gutsy all-rounder, team director, coach, commentator. Come on, he has become outside noise. Now suddenly somebody will from the team will come and say, no, we don't care about Virat Kohli's criticism. That's outside noise. Sunil Gavaskar, Harbhajan Singh. Saurav Ganguly was, brutal in his assessment of Rahul Dravid. But we'll hold that for another special episode of the Sledging Room. We'll come back with a lot more.
Yeah.
But guys, before we go, don't
World
stop
Cup
this
prediction.
now.
Are you going to ask World Cup
Oh,
prediction?
goodness gracious. If it's this same team, but we'll ask our viewers and our listeners to really reach out to us on India, on pods@indiatoday.com and ping us on 8589669996. And if you're consuming this Sledging Room on Spotify, Google Podcasts, Apple Podcasts, please do leave your comments and rate us. But before we go quickly, did you get a good night's sleep after
No.
you?
To verify, I did sleep properly
Yeah.
because I'm used to this.
Same
I'm
with
seeing
me.
this getting using for last 10 years.
I
so it's
slept
okay.
like
It's
a
okay.
horse.
It's okay for me. Yeah.
Yeah.
But in Test
And then
cricket-
you know what happened with me? I went and watched Djokovic win the title. I enjoyed it. Somebody is winning good things. Let's go and sleep. Why will I lose my sleep over a team which is losing finals and semi-finals every now and then?
No, but if you go by most players in this Indian team, Djokovic and Casper Ruud are about the same. Because your titles don't define you. So what if Djokovic has won 23 Grand Slam titles?
Yes.
It's okay. With all due respect to Casper Ruud, up and coming young tennis star, one for the future.
Yeah.
Doesn't matter.
Be the perennial bridesmaid and be happy about it.
Alcaraz is a good human being. It doesn't matter.
Yes.
So 23 Grand Slam titles, that's okay. 9 ICC titles for Australia, doesn't matter.
What matters more is the respect in the dressing room that you get, yeah?
Yeah, we reached finals. What else do you want?
I mean, you need the respect of your fans and your peers and your cricket colleagues.
Yeah.
For more, you can check out Instagram stories.
Yeah, because the cricket stars don't tell you much recently.
Yes.
Gosh, this is, I can't say this has been a pleasure bringing this to you because
Yeah.
it's one of those days. Horrible. Come back for more of this very soon because we promised to get you another special episode of the Sledging Room. We'll come back to you on Wednesday after this cracker. Thank you and have a good couple of days before we come back to you again. You are on India Today Podcasts and you are in the Sledging Room.